All right, we'd like to welcome Collin Morikawa to the Media Center for the 2022 ZOZO Championship. Collin, this is your fourth appearance in the ZOZO Championship, highlighted by a T7 finish in 2021. Can you just share some opening thoughts about returning to this event?
Yeah, it's always good to be back. I love coming out to the country of Japan, and I love playing in front of the Japanese fans. They're some of the best people to, have cheer on for you. I think they line the fairways, and there's nothing like the first hole out here, at the ZOZO Championship. So, I look forward to starting off my year and this season on a good note, hopefully, and just kind of get things rolling. But it's always nice to be back in Japan and feel pretty comfortable with this place.
Like you said, this is your season debut after a great season last year and winning the President's Cup. Can you just share a few thoughts of what you did with your time off and maybe some expectations for your season going into 23?
Yeah, I actually had a couple weddings the past few weeks, so I've been going to a lot of weddings, hanging out with a lot of friends, which is always nice. It's definitely took a few weeks off, and just to be able to take a deep breath and, kind of reflect on last season, obviously look forward to this season. I'd say really the biggest thing is to get back on the winner's circle and, get back out on top. It's been a while, and it's obviously very tough to win out here, but I feel like the game has been trending in the right direction. I saw a little bit through the playoffs. President's Cup felt really nice, and hopefully we can kind of start putting together 4 good rounds and giving ourselves a chance, come Sunday on the back nine and see what, how things play out.
What would it do for your confidence to win, your season debut and at the ZOZO Championship at an international event?
It'd be huge. I think there's a lot to talk about when you talk about the ZOZO Championship. You look at the 2 times it's been played in Japan. You obviously have Tiger that won in 19 and Hideki that won last year. It's provided great winners, and it shows that this course, is kind of makes great players hopefully rise to the top, and hopefully, we're on this week and figuring some things out. Winning outside the U.S., winning at a strong field, a great event to start off the fall. There's a lot that kind of tops on that you can look at that, but you can't really look at that until it happens, and we got a lot of work in front of us.
And you've had a chance to play the golf course this week already. You've played it in a number of different conditions. Last year was a little different than 2019 when you had the storm. Just give us a few remarks about the course conditions this week.
Yeah, the course is in really good condition. I think we're all a little worried about the weather, what's going to happen tomorrow with a lot of rain, some wind, some bad weather. But, overall, so far, the course is in pretty good shape. Greens are definitely a little softer than what we're used to, but with such smaller greens, I think that's just going to test, your ability to control spin. And that's what the best golfers in the world do is knowing what, the ball's going to leave off their face and kind of go from there.
And you've been to Japan a number of times. I believe this is your 6th time here. Yep. You were here for the Olympics. You've been to this course 2 times. Just give some thoughts about the culture and, the heritage you have on your father's side being in Japan, things of that nature. Yeah,
obviously having the last name Japanese, it kind of relates, and, little kids out here that hopefully are rooting me on, it relates because you kind of look like them. And even though I don't speak Japanese and I haven't learned, and I probably should now that I've come here so often, it's nice to see little kids kind of just relate in that way, right? Someone that kind of hopefully looks up to you. I think it is really, it's an honor. It's I feel very warm inside my heart when I think about those things. But Japan's always going to be special. It's obviously playing in my first Olympics, having a lot of memories out here, loving the people, loving the culture. I think everything that goes on out here, I just enjoy the week, and I wish I could stay longer, but obviously we got more turn.
All right, before I turn it over to questions from the media, can you just share a few fun items of food, things you've gotten to explore, especially now that the country's opened up a bit more and we've been able to explore?
Yeah, I think I've only been here for about 20, maybe 30 hours since we landed yesterday morning, so it's been a full ride of trying to stay up, drinking a lot of coffee. I really haven't had that much. I've had sushi. The food in the clubhouse has kind of provided me everything from breakfast and lunch. We had a good dinner yesterday. We had some Japanese barbecue, and man, is it tough to eat when you're really hungry, but also you're really tired. You want to end up, you want to eat, but you want to fall asleep. But it was a really good dinner last night.
We'll open to questions. Jeff Garrison, the PGA Tour.
Collin, obviously you travel around the world a lot, but does anything change in your prep for this week, and does it take a little bit longer to get in game shape, so to speak, with the time change and all that?
Normally it does take longer, but you got to figure out a routine. You know, when you show up on a Tuesday morning and you're teeing up on Thursday, you got to figure it out. And I think, you know, traveling so much, you know, especially traveling to Dubai handful of times now over the past couple of years, just learning how your body reacts to long plane flights, to jet lag, to all that stuff. You know, it's doing the small things that behind the scenes that kind of add up to hopefully, you know, what becomes a good week. It's tough. It's not easy, but you know, there's small little things that we can kind of pay attention to, that we kind of can maintain. It's huge on our routines.
What are some of those small things?
Just, I mean, sleep's the biggest thing. Is can you get on a normal sleeping schedule? Making sure you hydrate, making sure, you know, all the stretches and all the kind of body movement work I'm doing just that extra little bit. You know, when you're stuck on a plane, even though you might be laying down, I mean, you're stuck in one spot for 10 to 12 hours. And it's rare that you're just stuck in a confined space like that. So, you know, it's just making sure you're going through your routines, not skipping over anything, and giving it that kind of additional little prep work sometimes that I've kind of been doing over the past day and probably will continue to do throughout this week and into next week as well.
Any other questions over here? Calvin?
Hi, Collin. We heard you talk about the culture and food in Japan. I just want to get your thoughts on the local challenge here this week. I mean, obviously, there's 15 players from the Japan Golf Tour who are obviously going to challenge you for your title ambitions. So I just want to get your thoughts on the Japanese challenge this week.
Yeah, I think you look at Japanese golf, it's getting very, very strong. I mean, you look at, you know, I've gotten to know a little bit about Keita Nakajima, and obviously him, I think he was holding the record for world #1 amateur, right, for the longest period of time. That shows that golf is becoming a great sport out here, and obviously a lot of people love it, but not just only loving it, they're excelling in it. And I think that has a lot to do with what Hideki has done, past Japanese players, and just inspiring a new generation of golfers. You look at their games, they're just as good as anyone else, and that they've shown it. You know, Keita has shown that he's been able to play out here on the PGA Tour, and has had a couple decent finishes, I believe. So it's just about opportunities, and I think when you're able to give an opportunity to, you said 15, right? 15 players of you know, that are from Japan. It makes that week just a little more special, and hopefully they can embrace everything and find a way to play really well.
Any other questions? All right, we'll let you go. Thank you. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Oh, there is one more. Thank you. Yeah.
すみません、お願いします。大西海斗選手のことなんですけども、大変学生時代から仲が良くて、で今週も昨日のイベントなどでお会いしていると思うんですけども、改めてそのご関係性と今年大変彼日本で頑張ってるんで、今週同じ舞台で戦えることに関してちょっと何か感想があればお願いします。
I think you know Keito Onishi for a long time from the college, and he's here for this week. And then, could you give us a little bit brief about the friendship with Onishi, and also like his impression in terms of golf?
Yeah, you know, I've actually known Kaito for a long time. We played a few junior tournaments out in Southern California. Obviously, he went to college in the same conference, and I got to see him here and there. I'll be honest. I mean, I've been out of college for 3 years now, and I haven't actually seen him play golf since then. But you know, just because I haven't seen him doesn't mean, you know, what he's doing is not right. You know, I think he's been a professional for about a year now, maybe just over a year, and for him to be in the top 5, I believe, of the Japan Golf Tour and working his way up. Obviously, he's got opportunities to play in the Q School, I believe, on the Korn Ferry Tour coming up in a month for final stage. It just means what he's doing is on the right path. And I think for all of us, anyone that's young like himself, it's just to keep getting better. You know, Kaito and I, we were never like that close in college. We just went to different colleges, and you'd only see each other maybe 5 times a year throughout tournaments. So I can't speak on that behalf, but obviously, you know, him still being a nice friend and seeing his success. You know, it's always nice to see someone that you kind of grew up with play well.
大西海斗選手とは、大学時代から知っていますし、同じ南カリフォルニアで育った仲として、ジュニアの頃から知っていますけれども、もう彼大学卒業してからも3年ぐらい経ちますし、もう彼をその頃からこうコンスタントに会っているわけではないので、彼のプレーに関して、何か言えるかどうかちょっとわからないですけれども、だからといって、彼が素晴らしいプレーヤーであることは変わりないですし、日本ツアーで頑張っているのも見てますし、上位 5位以内に入って頑張っているのも見てきました。そして彼がコンフェリーツアーの Q スクールに挑戦するというふうにも聞いていますので、彼の成功に関してはとても喜ばしいことだと思っていますが、大学時代もそこまで深くなかったので、彼のゴルフについてすごく詳しく話せるわけではないですけど。
Thank you. All right, we'll let you go. Thanks, Colin. Good luck.